We're consummated professionals.
Consummated professionals.
Consummate professionals.
Nice professionals.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Threefold Talk, the show that is full of chaotic love and apparently is not suitable for Wetlanders. But that's me. I'm here anyway. I'm Rob, the token Wetlander, and welcome everybody to the party. How is everyone doing?
Yay!
Yay!
Awesome.
Awesome.
Ooh, it's good to have you here, everybody. Welcome, Pevara. Your first visit to the Threefold Land. How are you?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's a
excited.
good answer. We like that answer. So,
And your
Once.
bedroom is fantastic. Look at that.
Thank you.
It's so
Glorious.
it is pretty glorious. Folks, tonight we are live on Twitter as well, apparently. I think. I need to check this. I'm going to Twitter to see if we're actually live now. Because I don't know if we're actually live on Twitter right now. And we should be in theory. We are live on Twitter. Oh my god, this is
Oh
brilliant.
my god. Hi, Twitter.
Yay! Hey, Twitter.
Hi, tweets.
Hey, tweets. Yeah, tweets. I like that. That's fun. I need to go retweet that now. Retweet the tweets. I don't know if that's a thing. If I make that up.
Sure. That
Fair.
sounded great.
Okay. Retweet the tweets. So yeah, folks, you can. It's not going to be the whole show. It's just a little bit of the show tonight. We're going to test it out and make sure we don't break everything because you know I'm like tech. You know, Bumbles of Evils. Just they come to me and they love it. So yeah, you can see us on Twitter for a little bit tonight, and then when I stop it, it'll just destroy everything. I'm sure. So
We're doing everything we can to summon a bubble of evil tonight.
Yeah.
yeah, look, Shanice. Yeah, don't break anything.
No promises.
And can confirm live on Twitter. This is so cool.
Yes.
So
That's so cool. If
Yeah,
you're,
folks.
if you're watching us live on Twitter, you can come join us on YouTube anytime.
yes.
Also, retweet us live on Twitter so people can come find us.
Yes.
please.
Please retweet us live on Twitter. Oh,
Jessica Today. We don't even know where this money is going.
Thank you so much, Jessica today. So today we are continuing our celebration of Pride Month, and all Super Chats today will be donated to Trans Lifeline, which is a grassroots hotline and microgrants nonprofit organization offering direct emotional and financial support to trans people in crisis for the trans community, by the trans community. Thank you all for supporting.
Ramen rattle for Trans Lifeline.
Yeah.
definitely. So how has everybody been this week? What have you been up to, One Shelly? I feel like we haven't seen you for a while now.
Let's skip me.
Valid.
Skip
Valid.
you? Okay, Mel, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
It's been like Aiel waste level hot where I am. and I don't like it. I'm a bad Aiel. Which makes sense because I'm a shadow and I hate it so much. But other than that, it's been fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Well, thought we'd do a quick check-in. Bain&Chiad, how are you this week? What have you been up to? How's your week gone?
Well, I don't know if everybody knows this. Some people do. I'm in the middle of moving. I'm moving on July 1st, so it's been a little chaotic trying to plan all of that and sign a lease and get boxes, and so my life feels a little bit messy right now, but ultimately it's a good thing.
Nice. Pevara, you don't have to tell us how your week's been, but you could just tell us how you are if you wanted, or you can tell us how you've been.
Oh, mine's been pretty good. My nephew graduated from high school this weekend, and we're very proud
yay.
of him.
Aw, congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats
definitely.
to you.
Yeah. Our weather has been very, very wet and tornado-y.
See, this
Ooh.
is what I like. I
Mm.
like that. I like
You like tornadoes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because storms are so cool. Have you guys never been in the eye of a tornado and looked up at the sky? No,
I have yet to see one.
it's not a thing.
I've
Yeah.
seen tornadoes,
Not-
but I've never been in the eye of one. I feel like that would be a dangerous choice.
There was one.
Yes.
I mean, when I was in high school, it just happened. I was at my school late one night because I'm a nerd, and then and the sky turned green, and we went outside, and we were underneath the eye, so it was completely clear over our
Wow.
school, but then swirling clouds all around everywhere. It was crazy. That was crazy.
Have
That
you
is
ever
crazy.
seen that? It's like a meme or a picture of this guy mowing a lawn with a tornado behind him, and the caption is "I was keeping an eye on it." My family lives in the tornado-y area of Ontario, and my dad has done that, where he's just been out on his deck working and been seeing the tornado, and he's like, "Oh, it's not close yet." So
Not close yet. Wow. Okay. So firstly, thank you, Shanice, for helping us support translife.org. I appreciate that.
Oh, yay,
We love
Shanice.
you. Yeah. We love. I remember when Shanice came on the show, it was just very much hey, do you want to come on the show tomorrow? And it was just bam, on. And it was such a great show. It was a lot of fun.
She's amazing. She's my hero.
Indeed. Anas is loving all the red in Pevara's background. So, folks, if you can't tell, I'm just going to do this for a hot second. Look at all that red. Look, it's glorious, isn't it? It's so impressive.
Clearly the red Aja quarters.
Yes,
Very
definitely.
clearly.
Glenn is even wearing a red shirt in honor of Pevara. He always usually wears blue.
Red's the better choice.
So, and Wolf Brother also has a strong desire to be in the eye of a tornado. So glad he is not the only one, Mel.
Yeah.
So,
I
there
should
he
have
goes.
worn red.
No, I wore my Aja color, so
Uh-huh.
that's what I did.
I didn't even do that.
No, this is true. You didn't. So Shelly, can I ask you how your week's been, or shall I do my week?
It's it's been a week.
said
Seven days have passed since the last 7 days, as they continue to do in a cyclical way, and I'm not dead. So let's say that's a success.
I agree.
Yeah, that's
Ramen rattle for Shelly not being dead.
yes.
I'm very proud of you.
I am keeping my bar achievable this week.
You did good.
Thank
Good
you.
job
Indeed.
not dying.
Yeah.
Yes. So my week has been a whole slew of stuff going on. It's been fun work, but today I found out that like Bain&Chiad, I now also have to move because my landlord wants the house back. So in just over 2 months, I also shall be packing. Well, no, I'll be packing before that, but in 2 months I shall be vacating this premise, and there will be a new studio. I say studio.
Ooh.
How I don't associate you with anything other than what's
I
going
know,
on
it's going to be
behind you.
weird. Yeah,
What an
And we've been-
opportunity for the three of us to start our commune, though.
it's true.
That's all I have to
Haven't
say.
ruled that out.
No, this is true. We haven't ruled all out. Just moving into one giant commune, so it could be fun.
Yeah.
It would certainly make recording a lot easier. So that is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I don't know. You guys haven't seen me at 2 a.m.
I mean, you
I
see
mean,
me at 2 a.m.
actually
every
you
week,
have.
so
I mean, I'm nominating Canada for the location of our commune, so.
All right.
Pevara,
Step.
I want to ask Pevara, would you ever move in with other Wheel of Time fans?
I actually have. My roommate is someone I met through the Wheel of Time community, and most of my best friends are.
What? That's
Okay.
awesome.
That is so cool.
Love it.
That is
I
amazing.
also vouch for moving in with Wheel of Time fans and also having babies with them.
I was going to say, I'm visiting a Wheel of Time fan soon, but not that second part.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
sure 2 a.m. streaming works with a baby.
I mean, maybe it does.
Maybe it does, yeah.
Sometimes it does, actually.
I love it. Okay, folks. Yeah, there was like, so are you moving to the Aiel waste permanently? I don't know. We're going to figure it out. So,
Don't do it, guys.
um,
It's terrible. I mean,
Pevara,
love it.
right? Well, Trevor, you made your roommate a Wheel of Time fan. Is that, that's an interesting way to describe your wife.
Wife. That's his wife, not his roommate.
Maybe
And Shanice clearly needs to move. So,
Yes, you
I
do.
think Charnice needs to join our commune.
join
Yes.
our commune,
join
Charlie.
us.
Join
Join
us.
We need a very large commune house.
Mhm.
This is
do.
fine. This is fine. Okay, folks. Let's crack into the Daily Veil and, just carry on this chaotic show that we love so much. So.
Spear brothers and sisters, it is time to cover up your face, for the Wheel of Time has news, and we shall dance the spear's roots. This is the Daily Veil.
I do love that intro, and I say that every time. So,
So epic.
yeah, are we saving? I love this. I didn't actually check this in advance. Are we saving the video for the end because that rolls into our later segment, or are we saving that for the later segment? Constant
we should-
discussion here, folks.
I think we should play it before the later segment. It'll
Okay,
make more
cool.
sense then.
Mhm.
Right. In that case, so there's not really been a huge amount of news this week, has there, folks? Unless there's something I've missed. Did I miss anything?
No, you just miss people being teases.
Teasers.
Yeah.
Is that where you
There's a
want to
lot of
start? Should we start
teasing.
there?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's start there. Okay. So this is courtesy of whatseries.com. Okay. So John from What Up decided to tweet on What Wednesday at what is 5:56 p.m. for me, obviously 1 p.m. Eastern, or just before 1 p.m. Eastern. 4 minutes. Will we be seeing anything? And then What Series were like, we have news. And that's what they put. And it's just like, what? Seriously? Everyone's like just like choking. And
They
they're like, I
have
see the
stuff.
news. Give it to me. All that sort of thing.
So much stuff.
Yeah. What did you think they were being serious, or were they just teasing us when you saw this?
I mean, they said they had news, but they're not share. They didn't say they were going to share it.
Touche.
It's kind of like us and our dream interpretation. We'll interpret your dreams. We just might not be good at it.
They have a nice to die on.
Yeah.
By the way,
They do.
I've just caught up on all this. Like, yes, we'll move in the commune. Brother Zachariah's like, it will save on gas. Or if I was saying true, that's not how you describe your wife, I presume. We need a Reno? Cold Rock's Hold?
Reno.
Is it
Renovation.
Reno? Ah, okay. This is Purple Rock's Hold, by the way, not but I appreciate that.
Oh,
Kev,
I thought he meant like Reno, Nevada.
yeah. I was like, okay, we're all off to Vegas, right? Fair enough. Kev can cook and is handy to join. So
Love it. I'm a
obviously
very
Bain&Chiad said yes.
appreciative eater.
Yes.
Kev, you are definitely invited. We love you, Kev.
Mhm.
Definitely have an open invitation. So yeah, I do love this. So.
And Zool can make us quilts. All of
And fruit
Yes.
salad.
it.
There we go.
And I also saw someone say they're good at washing dishes, which is great.
Oh, I love you. Oh, it's Matt's dagger.
Matt's dagger? Where's that? Oh,
Mm,
That is
I missed
necessary.
that,
I need
but
you
that's
in
an
my
important
house.
skill.
yeah, that is an important skill.
But
Definitely.
you
So-
are
I love-
already in my house.
I love to bake and make dishes, so let's talk.
This is a good trade.
So
Look at
anyone who was at JordanCon knows that we had these beautiful daggers crafted by our lovely Melinthra, and I broke mine. as is key for the token Wetlander. So I had to fix it, and now it no longer retracts. It's permanently like that, but it's better than the pieces it was in. So
Probably see your doctor about that.
I should probably see my doctor about that. I was hoping that that's where this would go. So
I was gonna say the same thing, and I really appreciate that you said it first.
Good.
Your dagger doesn't expand to full size. You should get it checked.
Ooh,
No, it doesn't shrink back down. That's the problem.
Like it doesn't want to come out. Oh, it's Pride Month, Dagger. Come out, Dagger.
It's just a little shy.
We are starting early tonight, folks. I love this. Awesome. Okay, so we had that tease from what series, and that was kind of it for news. Really, that was as much as we got, wasn't it? So, but Bain&Chiad, you did a glorious article this week.
Oh, well, thank you.
List, didn't you? So why don't you tell us all about that while I bring it up on screen?
Yeah, so it's Pride Month, so we talked a lot about that last week on the show, and I decided to continue that into my article and highlight some queer content creators in the Wheel of Time fandom. So I reached out to a bunch of people and got some info from them and put it all together, and I hope that people will start following some of them if they hadn't heard of them already, because they all seem to really love what they do, and they love the fandom, and they're all fabulous.
Agreed. I love this picture of Morgan, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, Morgan looks amazing there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, Morgan's hilarious, but yeah, that's just a brilliant picture. Let's be nerdy. She didn't send you a full. She has full body shots now. She has not full
Does
body,
she?
sorry. But like,
What?
you know, the top half with like arms and hands and stuff. They've been on her thumbnails for a while.
I think that would be very disturbing if she had an actual body.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I
thought
would
she had
not
a
like
neck.
that, actually. Yeah, that would weird me out.
And then Cool Story, which is brilliant. First time reader. We love Uno Kitsugare. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show,
yes.
Uno, we love you.
With the
They
amazing
are
artwork.
so cool. I don't
They
know
are
if we
very
deserve them.
They're probably asleep right now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes,
I hope
but
so.
They don't usually come to the live shows.
yeah, but they often say they watch us over coffee. So
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
This is true. Tavalon After Dark, hilarious.
Jess is a
Absolutely
friend of the show, the famous flower segment.
yes,
Mhm.
and we have invited other members of that show to come on our show, and we just haven't finalized dates yet.
Yeah.
But the invitation has been issued and accepted.
Yes, this is true.
Mhm.
And you will also recognize my dulcet tones because I do a couple of their segments, only 2, and they've got so many segments. But you will hear my voice for the intro music, and I believe the outro as well, if I remember correctly. It is, yes. So the intro and the outro.
That's right. That's
It
right.
is.
Yeah.
So,
I like it when you say, get the fuck out.
yeah. Bodhi, who's hilarious.
I had a thought. Remind me to tell you guys later. I had a thought about having Bodhi on and having a Star Trek off.
Ooh.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
I am
love
so
it.
down for that. Bodhi is brilliant. Christine from What You Feeling.
Yay!
Love
Christine.
her.
Christine's going to be at Malkier, just saying. Sarah from Maidens of the Spear.
Yes.
Hilarious.
So funny, so funny, and such a talented rapper and singer as well. So, yeah.
Also has been a guest on our show,
Mhm.
Yes.
along with Mary Lou. They
Along
were
with Mary Lou.
amazing.
that was a crazy show. That one. Leon, am I saying that right? Is it Leon?
I think it's Leanne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love the artwork. It's so
Mhm.
cool.
Awesome.
Hanging around for ages.
Ooh.
Brand new podcast that came out the same day. Day before?
Day
Yeah.
before they
Day
dropped,
before.
they've been doing a brilliant job. They dropped their first episode and their Discord and their Patreon, like everything on one day, and it was a really great opening. And they have a ton of people on their Discord server already. It's hopping, so
It
I'm
is
proud of them.
very
I'm
hopping.
excited.
Yeah.
They're great.
Although
people.
James has already been a bit hilarious on Twitter.
Only Shawls.
Only Charles.
Only Shawls.
Only Shawls.
That
If you
and
guys
he
haven't
stole.
seen Only Charles, you don't know
Yeah.
what you're missing. I
He
feel
also,
like Wise One Shelly should get in on that personally because your shawls are epic.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah.
had that thought.
Agreed.
This is true. Yeah, James, who's there? They've been they're on the Twitter account and made a deal to like sell body parts to the snakes and foxes, and it was a whole conversation. So that was hilarious.
You skipped cat. Oh wait, is cats and
That's cat.
weird.
Yeah. And then there's Dalen, who is the only gay in the Two Rivers, Prince Adeline's husband. Used to be boyfriend. Apparently, they got married at some point. Yeah,
Mazel tov.
a lot of fun. Interacted with them most of the time. And then Ranland TV podcast. You did 12 this week, which is great. There's so many more out there. And you'll recognize someone on the Ranland TV podcast because it's not just Colin and Jay. You will also find that, as you can see there, it's Tigraine as well.
Tigraine.
We love you, Tigraine. So, but this is such a great list, Bain&Chiad. I love it, honestly.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to do more than 10 because there were just so many amazing people out there. And there's even more. I probably have to do a part 2 because after I released the article, I heard from a few more awesome people that want to be highlighted. So keep an eye out for part 2 someday.
Love it.
Love it.
There has to be a
There's
part
also a Twitter account that specifically has a thread about queer content creators, and it's like got so many people like.
Is it Diverse Watt? Is that the one you're thinking of, Mel?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll put it in the chat.
It's hosted by Matt's Pips, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the one. I'll put it in the chat.
That sounds about right. So.
Yes, Sharnice, we did say Sharnice. Well, I don't want to out her on name, but I think you can tell.
Malkier about that's Matt's hat behind me.
What?
Sorry, I'm responding to Glenn.
Oh, Glenn.
Yeah, somebody else said that, but
Mickey Mouse ear.
that is Matt's hat.
Matt's hat.
Me that I have confiscated
Yes.
because I, consummated professional.
Sharnice said you can out, or you can.
Oh, okay. Sharnice is in love with Colin. I mean, who wouldn't be?
I mean, come on.
Does she
There's a really cute photo of the two of them. It's in my JordanCon article, so you can see
Who
them
wouldn't
together.
be in love with them?
Nice. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. There's not much for going on for Daily Vale, is there, this week? Like there was a post from the show accounts about Nynaeve and Egwene, just being like, was it sisters? Wasn't it? They were saying
Best Friends Day.
best friends. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So it's been very, very quiet. So hopefully, if we get something soon.
Hopefully that means they're doing lots of behind the scenes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of stuff will drop soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then we can all lose our collective shit.
there was an Instagram video, but we're saving that for later, and you'll see why. But yeah, I think that's it. So is this where I say goodbye to the Twitter followers, the Twitter people, and hopefully I don't crash the stream. Yeah, so folks, if you're watching us over on Twitter, you're welcome to Threefold Talk, and I hope you've enjoyed the little sneak peek into the show we do. But now we're just going to be on YouTube. So if you want to carry on watching, you have to come over to YouTube, join us. There's polls. We have fun. You can't comment on the video unless you're in YouTube live chats. If you're watching back later, you just have to come catch us at 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. But yeah, what is this? There was. I know, Jessica. Don't worry. I'm there.
She just retracted it.
Oh, she just retracted it. Okay, right.
Yeah.
That's the fun thing about retracting it on YouTube, because on StreamYard it doesn't get retracted, so you can retract it where you want on YouTube. It still shows on here.
Yeah.
You put it on the screen and embarrass you.
Nothing live on the internet.
So
did
you say bye to the Twitter people already?
So no, I'm gonna attempt it now.
Come to
So
Malkier Talks YouTube channel.
come over to the Malkier Talks YouTube channel. All right, fingers crossed, folks. Here we go. It's been a long time since we had a bubble of evil. Please don't break. I'm hitting. Okay, that should be it now. In theory, we should not be on Twitter anymore. I'm going to go over to Twitter and see what's happening, because I'm very concerned. We're still live. That's the important thing.
Still
We're
on
still
YouTube.
live.
Good job,
Okay.
Rob. I wrapped it up.
Yes,
There was
and the
that.
video is there, but it has stopped as well. So, yes.
We did it.
Okay.
I had
Way to
nothing
go.
to do with it, but I will take credit.
Way to go, us.
Yeah.
Way to go, us.
Us.
All right.
As a
All
group.
of us. Group
So-
effort.
Ladies, we have a
Yeah.
guest this week.
We have a
Yes.
guest.
Yes.
We do have a guest. What is that? What do we do when we have a guest?
Do we introduce her first so people know who she is?
Once I've done the intro.
Hmm?
Well, I mean, I kind of did that at the beginning, but once I do the intro,
We
they'll be
should
like,
have
"Hey."
even, she just said hi. Like,
Yeah, I want Pevara
Like,
to
there's
tell us
a
about herself.
reason that Pevara is here.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Okay. Do your
Go,
intro,
Shelly.
then we can all say why we love Pevara. There's an order and I fucked it up. I get it.
Go, Shelly. Go, Shelly. You're in control now, Shelly. I'm taking a break.
Yes. As it should be, Wetlander. This is Pevara. Pevara is amazing. So I met Pevara, I learned March 2021. We were on an Aja panel together. And like many of our guests, I've had a mild friend crush on Pevara since then. But she's just awesome. She does amazing translations. She's been teaching herself the Old Tongue. And she's the first person to ever convince me about the value of the red Aja. To the point where it was like, maybe I'm a little pink. So, Pevara, do you want to introduce yourself beyond anything I've said?
Hi, I'm Pevara. I don't know what else to say, honestly.
I missed
Pevara is
everything.
amazing, everyone. We're so happy to have her here. We're going to talk Old Tongue tonight. Definitely not make fun of Old Tongue stuff at all.
No,
This
No,
will be a
no
serious
innuendo.
and professional show, as
Absolutely.
always.
indeed. Is it time to fear the spear then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please go ahead, Rob.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I always forget to stop the music when I do that, and it just plays slightly in the background and it weirds me out. So, right. Pevara does Old Tongue TikToks. That sounds like a tongue twister. I like that.
I'm not on the TikTok, so I didn't know that.
I don't do the TikToks. Okay. Oh, right. Ask the first question while I bring up the wheel that I haven't prepped. Because I'm a
So
consummate.
are we asking name, sept, and hold?
Yes.
Is that
Yes,
our-
we are. Yes,
There we go.
Yeah.
That's the first
Go,
question. It's
Shelly,
always
ask
the first question.
Name, society, and clan. Pevara, what's your name, society, and clan? And I know I've buried the lead on one of those.
Well, I am Pevara on Twitter. I also go by Arelis to Die in a lot of other places. Society?
You can make one up.
I don't know. I'm just
Or
right
you
off
can pick red out.
of the White Tower. I
That
That
counts.
is-
There you
Yeah.
are. There you
Love it.
are.
That absolutely counts.
That's awesome.
Okay. Right. I think I have this sorted. Ta-da! There we go.
Yeah.
Because I was prepped, obviously. I knew there was something I hadn't prepped tonight. I was like, I have all the other screens open. And I missed something in the news segment as well. Oh, well, we'll say that at the end. It's fine. It's not
Yeah.
major. Okay. Right. So let's just go down the screen as we are. Pevara needs to be moved up. So there we go. There we are, Pevara. Two reds together. I like that. Right. So Bain&Chiad, do you want to go with the first question since you're
Yeah.
top of the screen?
I'll do
All
it.
right. So first up,
Who's at
we
top?
have. Oh, question 2. Okay. So question 2 is, if I click on the right one.
I love this question.
Why did you choose to be a Wetlander?
just lucky, I guess.
Oh!
Burned. I am burned.
Wow.
What's happening?
Right. This woman does not fear the spear at all.
Good thing there's an
Oh
owl.
my heart.
I love you right now, Pevara. That's amazing. That's brilliant.
No one has
She's
said that.
killing
That's-
it. She's
All
killing
right.
it.
She's winning in my books. All right, Shelly, let's see if you can bring the fear into the sphere for the next question.
Sure.
Question 6.
Shelly, the notably terrifying one on Three Full Talk. If you could be any Wheel of Time animal, what animal would you be?
been a long time since you've asked this one, so I forgot that it existed.
She went studying.
Did you
Vegas.
study?
Of course she did.
No, of course not. There's a cat in the waist. I don't remember what it's called, but that one.
The cat in the waist.
Yes.
Okay.
Aw,
The lion?
Oh, Dwayne.
It's
Thank
called
you.
something else though. But yes, basically lion.
Okay.
All right. Nice.
Nice.
All right. Mel, you have the next question.
All right.
Ooh, question 13. That is
Pevara.
Ah,
Trollocs are hot. True or false?
Objectively true.
boom.
Nice.
Especially this
Especially
one.
that one. Yes.
Yes.
Have
Who
you
doesn't
heard
love a good
boy?
bit of sky sex?
That was the only correct answer.
Are you blushing now, Bain&Chiad, after that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. I'm good.
You're
Good
okay?
old sex Trolloc.
All right. And now it's my turn for a question. Okay. I was like, who's next? Oh, wait, that's me. I get question 7. All right. Question 7. Pevara, what is in your cadence or pockets? Or your
I-
shawl pockets, I suppose, in this case.
I actually don't have any pockets. I have now to carry things for me.
Okay, but okay. Other people I know who are well endowed tend to use other pockets as their pockets. Are you a subscriber to the breasts are pockets continuum?
Only in an
That's
emergency.
not where I thought you were going with that. by the
That's
way.
not at all where I thought it was going either.
What?
Only in an emergency, because otherwise things get lost.
Okay. I once had a good friend who was definitely a fan of cell phones like fit in the breast cleavage pocket
That's true.
until her cell phone stopped working and she took it to get repaired and they wouldn't fix it because the like little moisture indicator on the inside of it had gone off and they were like, mm-mm,
Yeah.
we're not gonna fix that.
That feels accurate.
Mhm.
That does feel accurate.
It wasn't very
Okay.
nice. I feel like there should be a breast exception.
Fair?
Mhm.
See, they're all after pocketses now. And Dana, thank you for throwing in Pevara's TikTok.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
mod
Thank you,
right
Dana.
there.
I was looking
Cool.
for it and I couldn't find it, so thank you, Dana.
Mhm.
Thank you.
So I think it's in the show description. I think. Yes, it is. It's in the show description as well, folks. I had to go look at that, so I made sure to put that in. Right, are we going to move on to our Pevara specific questions now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now Pevara goes, oh shit, I couldn't prep for these ones. Okay. Shelly, do you want to go first? Do you want to pick one off the list? Or because I have
I'll
more?
just go in order.
Okay.
What got you interested in learning the Old Tongue?
So when I first joined the Wheel of Time community, I joined playing this mud game, and I joined.
Wait,
the-
which one?
It was called As the Wheel Weaves at the time, but it's called Prophecies of the Pattern now.
I was on a different one.
Which one were you on?
Watt Mud and
Oh, yeah.
and Mirror's Mud.
Yeah, I've heard of both of those.
I've never met another like real life mudder who I didn't know from being a mudder.
Yeah,
So cool.
yeah. So I joined the White Tower Guild on that mud, and you have to work your way up through the ranks, and you roleplay being a novice and an accepted and whatnot. So I was actually taking classes and learning about the world at the same time I was reading the books. And then I was giving classes, and one of the classes that I taught was on Old Tongue, and so that's when it started, and just kind of kept going because it was really interesting to me.
Nice.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. I love that. Next up, Mel.
Yes, Pevara, tell us, what do you love about the Red Aja, and give us your best sales pitch.
I love the red Aja because it is the Aja with the most important purpose in the entire Westland Randland world. One of the things that I learned by studying the Old Tongue is that when the nations were first being created after the breaking, a lot of the city names were had this theme of like peace and beauty and hope and people coming together. Like there's a city called True Peace and Rose of the People, and just thinking about the fact that, just thinking about all the things that those people wanted and aspired, and all of the chaos and the turmoil and the death and everything that they had experienced before that, it really sank into me why the red Aja was so important, and why even though it's a terrible thing what has to happen to the Melindhra channel, it's necessary.
Nice. That's a pretty good sales pitch, I have to say.
Yeah.
Is anyone converting?
I'll never become Aes Sedai, but I feel like I would be more likely to consider red if I was going to be an Aes Sedai. But I still probably wouldn't pick it.
Like I said, when I did my Aiel Aes Sedai exchange with the tower, I picked the white Aja. But like I said, Pevara made me convinced a little bit of pink. Just add enough red to just be a little tinge of pink.
Okay.
I'm
curious
also
to
a
see
fan of taking men out for the good of humanity. So, yeah.
I really firmly believe that that gentling is the kindest solution to the problem. Every other culture in the whole world just kills them or breeds them and then kills them, and some of the ways that they kill them are not even very nice. Gentling at least gives them a chance at a life.
Are you talking about sending them to the Blight?
Yeah.
No, although that's pretty close to the worst one on my list. The Amayar will put them into a dream state and then let their bodies slowly starve to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same thing as what we do. I don't know.
Yes.
And Jessica would consider being a red who bonds an Ashan. So, like,
I recommend it.
Yeah. There we go. Obviously, with consent. And someone has to be playing.
Thumbs up, Jessica. So that
Yeah. I put a poll in chat for those. Did Pevara convince you to switch Ajas? Your options are yes, no, or Aiel don't become sisters. All right. I think the next question is, on the screen now, it'll be me, but we'll go Bain&Chiad. Bain&Chiad, do you have the next question?
I do. It is, do you have a favorite word or phrase in the Old Tongue?
That's hard. I have a couple words that are really funny and just crack me up every time I see them. One of them is bloob, which I mentioned in the Discord earlier today. It just means stomach, but it's such a ridiculous word. And the other one is fringfran, which is the word for cork, like a wine bottle cork. Yeah,
Wow.
They're hilarious. Fringfran, Fringfran, Fringfran.
Fringfran.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to call it that from now on.
Yeah. Can someone come and pop my Fringfran? I go squeaks. Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm very happy about that one.
Wow. Wetlander. That's impressive.
Well done.
Wow.
I am shook.
I did not expect that out of your mouth.
I didn't
I
either.
like your mouth.
Oh boy, that's yeah. Dana's,
It does
that
sound
sounds
dirty,
dirty.
I too, Brother Zechariah, I also thought she said pork.
I think we're rubbing off on the Wetlander.
I think so too.
Maybe.
Well,
Okay, well,
He's good at getting rubbed off.
my question is absolutely brilliant. Then the next question we have up. So Pevara, what old tongue phrases sound good in the bedroom, and what would you whisper into Andrew's ears?
Well, probably the funniest one that I came across is actually in the books, and it's Kalietye, which is how you say "I'm coming."
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
say it slowly for me.
Kalietye.
Kalietye.
We should have gotten her to write these down so we could put them
I
in
know.
the
I feel like we need to put them on the
No,
screen.
that's the thing is we need to hear them because we always read them, right? We always read them, and we're just like our brain just goes blah blah blah. But then we have someone who actually makes it sound like words. Could be
And it actually sounds kind of elegant.
Kalietye doing.
Sure,
Kalietye.
Mango appreciate it. So, yeah.
Kalietye.
Okay, we have one last question. This was submitted. It's appropriate that One Shelly is asking this question because One Shelly asked this question, put this question in the list. So, Shelly, please ask our final question for Fear the Spear.
What's the dirtiest thing you know how to say in the old tongue?
I think that was it. Kalietye.
Okay. Fair.
I think we need to figure out something else.
Yeah.
I think
Chat.
we have some
Oh, I don't know if I want to ask chat to.
I was going to
suggest
say, don't
something.
ask chat this. Don't ask chat this.
No. What I am going to do though is I'm going to close the poll soon, folks. But it's very strong winning that. Sadly, Pevara, you have only convinced 8% to switch, according to this. 69% say no,
Nice.
and then 23% say that Aiel don't become sisters. So
Nice.
That is perfect because today is 6-9.
It is
It is.
6-9.
yeah, well,
some
for
of
you
us.
lot, yeah, it's
Or
not even.
9-6.
It's not even. No, it's not even 9-6 for me.
It works both ways.
No, it's not even 9-6 for me.
9-6.
No,
I
it's
was going to say
10-6.
it's 9-6 for the Canadians too.
Yeah, it's
Right,
9-6
it's
for the
10-6.
Canadian, but it's 10-6 for me. My 6-9 was
That just
yesterday.
means you're polyamorous. That's cool.
It is cool. Yes, there we go. I love it. Okay, ladies, has Pevara survived? Has she faced the spear? Does she fear the spear? Has she made it through? What do we
Fear it
think?
at all.
Yeah,
No,
she was like,
we had
what's here?
zero fear.
I feel like we should have stabbed her harder.
Yeah,
Probably.
we gotta
Harder.
get some tougher questions on the go.
You didn't even ask me the question that I was really fretting over all week.
What was
Which
it?
question?
Which one?
was that?
What Fear the
The
Spear
one-
question haven't we asked that you wish that we never asked you?
So sometimes you ask a question about what new society, warrior society, someone would create.
Ah, you
And?
mean?
And
And
that caused you anxiety?
Well, I was just thinking about it a lot.
And
That's question 9.
Do you want to?
I feel like you need to answer it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we want to know.
So I was thinking about the fact that the Aiel Society is generally very egalitarian, except in one case where maidens have to give up the spear when they get married, and it would be really interesting if instead of giving up the spear, whatever cohort of married people are still warriors or want to still be warriors could start their own society.
That's so funny that you say that, because that's my 4th age headcanon for what happens to Gaul and Bain&Chiad.
Ah, I love that.
Yeah.
It really is. I was just thinking. I was like, oh, okay, that's what Bain&
that
Chiad
sounds
does sound nice. Does sound very familiar. Okay, I love it. Well, you have officially survived your brush with the spear successfully. So ramen rattles. And now we just have, I don't know whether Bain&Chiad or One Shelly want to take this bit, because there was a whole discussion. I was not available for the discussion at the time, but there was a whole discussion about just old tongue in general, and like phrases and things. And I believe that someone sent you a list of things we were interested in hearing. So was that? You sent that, Shelly, wasn't it?
Well, Bain&Chiad sent it to me, and I sent it to Pevara.
All right, okay.
We played
And then we were
telephone.
like, "Hey, can you translate this?" Like 2 minutes before the show was going live.
We planned very well.
We
Good
did.
plan.
Well, no, we planned it. We just then didn't send it to
Yeah.
Pevara.
So I would like to ask, before you start speaking the old tongue, do you do any sort of vocal tongue warm-up exercises that we should maybe do together before we are inundated with your amazing translation skills? Do we need to like exercise our tongues in any particular way in order to get?
It's
Talking
probably a good idea, but I don't know any vocal exercises that I can
No?
teach you. No,
Your tongue is just that dexterous.
it's just ready to go.
Oh,
Wow.
that's hot.
I love Mel's face right now. She's just like, okay.
Cool.
Mel, do you need a moment?
I'm surprised your tongue isn't ready to go, Mel.
I mean, it is, but not in the old tongue. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of little things happening in that language. She just taught us some word that I forgot instantaneously. I'm just curious. No? Okay. Well, I mean, that's cool. Maybe we could make up some from the words that you're about to teach us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is your task for the rest of the show, though, to come up with.
Just make up tongue exercises.
Yeah.
Really gunning for that 2,000 subscribers, aren't we?
Only shawls, here we come.
Oni Shawls. No, I feel like Oni Shawls should be like
Only
10,000
Shufas.
subscribers.
Only shoe
Yeah,
friends.
and it's only
Only
Shufas,
Shufas.
yeah. So only Shufas, and that's like 10,000 subscribers, and then we'll start that. So
All
Look
right.
what you've started, Queers of Time. You've
Yeah.
created a monster.
It's true. It's true.
chat is just, I can't even with chat right now.
I feel
Alas.
great.
Alas, that is just
Oh,
brilliant.
do they want the
La 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 la.
Is everyone just going to start purring now? Is that what's going on now?
It's not a purr. It's a R roll.
An R. Yeah, but I can't. Yeah, so I can't.
I
do that.
I have a question
You
for you,
can't do that?
Pevara.
Oh, Rob, that makes sense.
What did you think of the cold open to episode 8, Pevara?
I loved it purely for all of the old tongue that was in it. I recognized a few of the words the first time through, which was really exciting to me, and it just all of the grammar and all of the new like word constructions that are in there was really exciting.
It was very cool. You have to ask, folks. Come on, seriously.
We don't just
Don't
give it away for
complain.
free.
Yeah, it's not a freebie, But to make you feel better,
Butt rock.
there we go.
But
How's that?
is
So,
that the word we're going to start with, though?
because I remember, I think
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't a word for butt. I remember we asked Pevara this early on, and this is when we still thought Henry Cavil was butt rock before meeting him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember it was Cavil Matal.
Yeah, metal
Yes.
is stone or rock?
Yeah.
Yes, stone.
Stone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So I remember that in the old tongue.
mhm. But is there a word for butt?
There is
There-
not.
no.
I think the closest is probably bottom, which is Nupar.
New Parmetal.
Yeah.
Parmetal.
Mhm.
That almost sounds French.
Bottom top.
I'm trying to say it like the innkeeper. It doesn't work. New Parmetal.
New Parmetal.
That was fantastic. I like
That
it.
was yeah.
Metal.
Wait 1 second. And Bain&Chiad, I hope you timestamp this so you can get a clip of this. Do it again, Mel.
New Parmetal.
That was great.
Totally coming back on our show.
Oh yes. You wait. I will rope him in at a live appearance somewhere. I
You're
hear
gonna
that.
rope him? I love it. That's good.
Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll definitely get him back on the show at some point. Do you know what? I reckon Taylor would come back on the show. We'll just get Taylor instead.
We did stab him.
Well, I do think Taylor wants a rematch.
He does want a
He does.
rematch.
So we might have
Yeah.
to find someone else to match Taylor up against.
Well, we'll do like a contest next year. We'll do little recorded 5-minute thing. I don't know. We'll figure something out. So, but yeah, distract.
For
all
those
time.
of you who don't know what we're talking about,
Go back and watch the stream.
Our
Live
live show
stream
Jordan
from
Con.
Jordan Con.
our live stream from Jordan Con, the innkeeper and his son Taylor had a contest, a contest of wills and steady
Dexterity.
hands, and yes, water appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
And the innkeeper won through potentially a technicality, if we're gonna be really honest. But it's fine.
You all gave it. I was sat there. I was the furthest away. I couldn't see what was happening. Shelly was right there.
It's true.
So-
No, it's true.
Yeah.
There was spillage.
It was a contest of wills and spills.
Nice.
That sounds
Thank
like
you, Glenn.
yes,
Thank you, Glenn.
the Great Water Conservation Battle of JCon 22. I love that. We should we do so next year we could have like loads of people doing it, record it, and then do like a compilation video, and I would narrate it like it was really serious and be like, it was a contest of wills and spills, you know.
That'd be amazing. I love it.
That would be a lot of fun. Okay, so back to talking to Pevara and the old tongue.
Mhm.
The list we sent you,
Mhm.
did you have much chance to work on any of it?
Most of them.
Most of them, seriously.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
You're
I
amazing. I did not expect that.
We
No, I
sent
did
it to
not
her
expect
3
that
minutes
either.
Before we went live.
Yeah. Okay, so what? Do we want to ask which ones, or do you want to surprise us with? I don't know. What,
I
ladies?
think
What do you want?
she should just take the lead here, and we'll just
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
appreciate her tongue.
Well, first on your list is Purple Rock's Hold, but interestingly, there's no word for purple, and also no word for rocks. But we can use stone. So if I combine red and blue, it's Dor Askar Tal Sul.
Dor Oscar Talsul.
Oh,
That's fun.
That
I
sounds
kind of
really
like
I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
I do that.
Awesome. I kind of like that better than Purple Rock's Hold.
Yeah.
Dor Oscar Talsul. You know that? You know what it sounds like? Maybe that's why we like it so much, because it kind of sounds Klingon.
We are Trekkies.
Mhm.
Yes,
So
as am I.
I love that. That's great. I'm actually a little
Yeah.
disappointed that Roof Mistress Leigh-A couldn't be here tonight. So to hear that, I need to redo the background, I think, and have that because that is so cool.
I will
Yep.
send you all the list when we're done here.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'll
Thank
start.
you.
Yes, I was going to ask that.
Uh, So next on your list is Stabby Stab, which is one I was actually thinking about beforehand. And this is probably not grammatically correct, but I love it. It's Kanai.
Kanai.
Nine.
Nine.
So good.
Yes.
Adorable.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Kanai.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's our
Kanai.
ribbon for next year at Jordan Con.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah. We're not gonna remember that, but I love that. Yeah.
Yep.
Foldies, remember that for us, please.
Yes.
Yeah, someone please tell us this later.
In
Kanai.
like February, somebody tell us to make the
Yeah.
9 ribbon.
Yeah, maybe in
Set a
January
calendar
actually. So
alert.
then we have a couple of weeks to be like, wait, what was that ribbon again?
Yeah,
I
January.
love that. Kanai. How
Yeah,
do you
Kanai.
spell Kanai?
CA''NAI''NAI.
Nice. Extra apostrophes.
I love that it
Yeah.
has apostrophes.
Mhm.
Gratuitous use of them, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Not safe for wetlanders. Inde Tumasin al-Athan Zopen.
Can you say
How-
that one
okay.
more time?
yeah.
Yeah.
Inde Tumasin al-Athan Zopen.
Okay, now I'm curious how you broke that down.
Inde is not. Tumasen is safe. Al for Athan, people of. Zopen, wet.
Oh.
People of West.
Oh my god.
Yes.
So Athan and Athan here.
The
just
wet
makes
people.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kanai Zopin would be stabby stab wet.
Yes.
Cool. I like that.
Mhm.
Okay. Now.
I recognize Tumasen. I recognize that from one of the songs.
Yeah.
The show. The Melindhra song, I think.
Yes, I think you're right.
What?
Next is This Is My Husband Now. Waji Iket Isayin Mia Kasodin. Waji Iket Isayin Mia Kasodin. Waji is now, and I put that in the front. Iket, this. Isayin, this is. Mia, my, and Kasodin, which is a word that I made up to mean husband, which is married, which is kasort, and din, which is the male suffix.
Oh,
That's amazing.
that's brilliant.
We
That's awesome.
we literally gave her this list like 3 minutes before we started the show
Yeah.
because we came up with this brilliant list of words and then none of us sent it to her because we are
Yeah, because we're clever like that.
consummated professionals.
But that's a
You're
you've just
blowing
given me
my mind.
a lead into a question. Now I know I've asked you this in the past because you helped me make up a phrase a while ago for my cooking show. But you said that you moved the now to the beginning
Yes.
because in the old tongue, it's where the words are doesn't matter. Is that I've said that badly?
Yeah, there's like general tendencies. Like questions usually have the verb first, and when you're being formal, usually the object of the sentence is first, and the subject is in the middle, and the verb is at the end. But basically, the rules that Jordan wrote down and what's in the companions, they do whatever sounds nice. But like 2 paragraphs of that.
I do like to do whatever sounds nice.
Yeah.
I actually really love that. A language that has no rules, that you just get sounded and that's it. I
Mhm.
love
Yeah. He describes it as this intuitive and aesthetic, and yeah.
That's cool.
I appreciate that because often, if you think about English, right? It's such a hot mess of a language, and yet there are like unwritten rules to it, and then we kind of subtly judge people for not following those rules.
Yeah.
And sometimes like the way they use English is judged to be not as intelligent or not as educated, and so a language where the rules are whatever sounds nice to you is much more egalitarian and much more equitable as a language, you know. I love that.
Yeah.
I agree. It's very, very cool. Just being able to say, you know, however it sounds nicest is. It gives it a lot of. You could put personality on your phrasing.
Yeah.
couldn't you?
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, Shani's English is the worst. It is. It really
It
is.
is.
A hot
But
mess.
this is
It's
why I hate Grammarly too, because it makes everyone start sounding the same instead of like, you know, the beautiful specifics of individual cadences. Like,
Yeah. I really feel that language is built by the people who actually use it every day. And the idea that there is, if you don't mind me getting serious for just a second,
Go for it.
the idea that there's only one right way to use a language is very steeped in classism and racism and a whole bunch of other stuff. I almost knocked my wine bottle over.
Don't do that. That incurs toad.
Happens to us all the time.
Yeah.
no, I 100% agree with you. You know, I don't think I've talked about it on the show before, but I know I've talked to people about how, you know, I grew up in a small town. You know, no one in my family went to university, and sometimes I felt like I've had to learn a new way to speak to be able to fit in like the more professional world. And I find myself, because there's a much more rural Canadian accent that I've, you know, kind of purposefully pushed down a little bit, because you know, when you live in a big city like Toronto, it immediately identifies you as someone who's from a small town. So, and I've talked to other people who are from small towns about how, you know, you play down certain things that you would say, like going out for a dart, that you wouldn't, you know, you don't really say in Toronto.
You code switch.
Yeah, it's code switching kind of. But I don't want to compare it to like, what, I know some racialized people do. It's more like, but it's that interesting classist thing about the way you speak. It's very, I don't know, it's very exclusionary.
Yeah.
And sometimes I use words just to piss people off. My friend convinced me to say irregardless now, just because it does piss people off.
I hate
made
it. I
a
hate
really good
everything about
argument.
I'm curious about the argument now.
Just basically, he was like, language is very fluid and language changes, and we've accepted that literally now means figuratively. So irregardless is so widely used, people basically only point it out when they're trying to make someone else feel dumb. And it's very much used as kind of a like, oh, look at me, I'm smarter than that person who said irregardless.
I want to object to that word specifically because also Doine's comment.
Yeah, and totally shows.
That's specifically irregardless, it's because it's to me it's an illogical use of phrase. So it's not because I think someone is dumb, it's just like it like breaks my brain when I hear it because I'm like, that is not logical. It doesn't make sense. And it's less about the person and more about how I am just like, it just like sends me in this infinite loop of like, I can't even get out of it because I'm just like, that word is wrong. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't compute. So that one, literally but like, it is true. It's very much literally and figuratively as well. But it's also really interesting. I grew up moving a lot, like a lot. So and so I had to deal with like changing the way I spoke when I moved every time because I was always other. And one of my friends who's a big reader who also grew up in a small town, like said that a lot of the words that she would read in books she never heard out loud, ever. And so, she went to college and suddenly people were saying words that she knew, but she never pronounced them that way, right? And so it's just, so back to like, to loop it all back to the old tongue, a language where if you can get the gist and someone has said it in a way that makes sense to you and it's an exchange of styles is kind of beautiful to me.
Yeah.
You do not want Texas lessons. You cannot have them. No.
I was laughing at Doine.
No.
But,
No.
Terrible idea.
Don't do that to me.
As someone who's heard Rob's southern accent.
I can't do any accent. I can do my own accent, so. Right. But thank you, Doine.
So next on the list?
Yes.
Okay.
But I love talking about the philosophy of language. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't get this flower means you want to. I don't remember most of those words, but flowers bijoun, which I love that word. Shade of my heart is Lamelle en Clavier.
Sorry, say that again.
Lamelle en Clavier.
Lamelle en Clavier.
Is it ga or da?
It's a GH.
Oh, Gamel en Clavier.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Gamel en Clavier.
And Chaotic Love was the last one I was able to get, and it's Mashi Kasarlam. And Kasarlam is another word that I mashed together. It's without order.
Mm.
Nice.
Ooh, I love that.
We'll have to incorporate that into our tagline. I suppose is what it is. Yeah.
I love that you like invent the words by mushing the two together. I don't know much about German, but it feels like something Germans do.
A little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do love it too. It's so we did send you some longer ones. There was a request earlier from Glenn, who was just like translate. Here is that. What is "May the Force be with you"?
I need to write that one down.
Wrong series, Glenn.
Yeah,
But it's very Glenn. You got to
It
give it to him.
it is very Glenn. We also asked, these were
He's from a
slightly
mirror
longer
universe,
phrases.
it's fine.
Until next time, may you always find water and shade.
Mhm.
And then we also asked, till shade is gone, till water is gone, into the shadow with teeth bared, screaming defiance with the last breath, to spit into sight blinder's eye on the last day. So,
I would need a few minutes with those.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fair, because here's like 2-word phrases, and suddenly like here's a sentence. You know, it's a little lot to ask. So
I do have a couple of
Just shared a
extras
great comment.
you have some extras.
that I
Ooh,
came up with myself. Yeah.
we love
Okay.
extras.
Just simple title translations. Wise one, Wash Dorda. Literally just means wise one, Wash Dorda.
Hmm.
And Roof Mistress is Der Chellin.
So I feel like Leigh-A and Shelly need to change part of their names on the show now. I think this needs to be. I mean, I would change it, but I don't know how to spell what you just said. So, but that's really cool.
Mhm.
We do know how to say Wetlander now, though, right? Didn't you translate Wetlander?
Yeah,
Ah, yes.
Dopin.
Okay. If I will change that if someone sends it to me, because I will just butcher it trying to spell that. But yes, I will change that if it fits in the name allowance. Anas is asking, Maiden of the Spear.
Hmm.
That is Parderai Smai.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I actually have a question, and it's just 100% theorizing. When I read the books, I feel like the Aiel use more Old Tongue. Than like the Aiel and the Shan-Chen seem to use the most Old Tongue in
Yeah.
their like common everyday phrases. Do you have a theory as to why that might be?
The Sharans use a lot of Old Tongue too, to the point where they actually don't really speak the common tongue that's spoken in the Westlands. And they have a whole language that even Demon-Dread couldn't figure out. And I think it's just because of the isolation, like the language held on longer than it did in the Westlands.
Mm-hmm.
Shan-Chen is the most interesting to me because they were completely taken over by people from the Westlands. But if I think about it for a second, the Old Tongue was still kind of being spoken by the time that Arthur Hogling came around. So if they were speaking Old Tongue, and people in the Westlands were still kind of speaking Old Tongue at that time, although it was moving towards Common Tongue, then meshing those together would probably make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting because it seems like everyone spoke the Old Tongue, right? Like there weren't.
Yeah.
Like it's interesting that after the breaking, the language evolved so much in some places and not very much in other places. And I wonder if that has to do with how rigid or not rigid the society was. Because if it was the more rigid the society, like the Aiel had very specific customs, same with the Santos, very specific customs, versus many of the wetlands like evolved their own different cultures, right? When it was more of a homogenous culture. So to distinguish those new cultures, the language also evolved. So depending on how rich, I just thought about that.
No, that's an amazing point. I think you're absolutely right that contributed for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there was.
Go ahead.
Oh, it seems like there was a lot more turmoil in the Westlands too. Like you were saying, the culture was changing more rapidly. Like there were every 1,000 years there was a whole new set of nations coming through because there was some great cataclysmic war almost.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Okay. Any other questions on the Old Tongue? Mel, shush. Anything else we wanted to discuss? Choosing my words carefully now.
No, but I'd say like thank you to the chat, because I see a respectful discussion going on about code switching. So thank you to the chat and those who are sharing. I really appreciate that. That's being respectful, and people are listening, and people are sharing their personal experiences. So thank you for that. And yeah, thank you, Pevara. We don't actually theorize as much about these things on this show. So when we get the chance to discuss things about like the theory of language and how it applies to the Wheel of Time, my little nerd heart warms up. So
Mine too.
Yeah, it is the way you described how, the language is very, just you're open to your personal interpretation, I suppose, with like the layout of the wording and such. It just, I don't know, it said to me like, well, Robert Jordan was like, the language can be whatever you want. You don't have to be like, stuck with this. Or... That's great.
Good job, Jess. Good job, Jess.
Nice, Jess. I love it. Okay, on to some the video that we saved from the beginning that we talked
that
about.
Jess teased for us.
That what got teased for us.
Or cheesed. Cheese
Or
is great
cheesed.
too.
Yeah, that works too. So there was a video from the cast on Instagram, and there's something we picked up from this, and we have we would like to give back to the Wheel of Time cast as a result. So let's play the video, and then we will tell you what we were going to do to give back to the cast of Wheel of Time.
Hi everyone, all you Wheel of Time fans, I'm Rosamund Pike.
I'm Madeline Madden.
I'm Marcus Rutherford.
Hey, I'm Rafe Judkins, the showrunner of Wheel of Time.
And I just wanted to extend a huge thank you for all the support that you are showing. It's a great honour to be part of it, and thank you for showing us the love.
I just want to say a massive thank you to our devoted and lovely fans.
We do all the work we do so that you can enjoy it, so thank you, thank you, thank you.
The fans have surprised me by just being so supportive and excited by the show and supportive of us as actors.
They've been so patient for this, like so patient. I think seeing their excitement was just amazing.
Whenever I need to sort of reference something for the character, I can just go online. The fans have made all these amazing videos, and I can actually research my character through the fans' videos. Which, thank you guys. Thank you very much. It's very helpful.
Shout out to the fans. Thank you so much for supporting us. We just finished the second season, and I hope you like it too.
So yeah, that was the video that got dropped on Instagram, which was really nice that they love us so much. But there was a bit that we particularly picked up on, and I was not paying attention to who picked up on this in chat when we said we should do this. Was it you, Mel? I feel like
It was.
It was you.
It was
Okay.
me.
So Mel, in that case, why don't you introduce the last part of today's show and what we're going to be doing?
Yes, we were so grateful to see such a video, like thanking us as fans, acknowledging all of the support that we give to the cast. But Daniel Henney especially, pointed out that he goes online and he uses some of the fan-made content to research his character of Lan Mandragoran. So we thought, what if we could collate all of our extreme amount of knowledge about that amazing character and come up with a list of things that Lan would do to help Daniel Henney be able to really be able to characterize and personify the character of Lan. So we have some suggestions.
Indeed. And I've just rearranged the screen. Someone has me playing somewhere, or the stream playing somewhere. I keep hearing myself. I've just rearranged the video screens here, because this is the order we'll be doing it in. So you're going to get Mel, then Bain&Chiad, and then Shelly, myself, and then Pevara. We have each got 3 pieces of, I don't know, advice, guidance for Daniel Henney, to help you out, buddy, because we like you. We're a fan of all of you. So we wanted to help you out a little bit. So Mel, why don't you kick us off and tell us some things Lan would do?
Absolutely. Daniel, Lan would practice sword forms with his shirt off to ensure the clarity of his movements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is so true.
This is very true.
Mhm. So, and Bain&Chiad, you have the next piece of advice.
Yeah, I do. So Daniel, if you're listening to us, Lan would recite passionate poetry in his best bedroom voice so that Nynaeve will be pleased.
Just let everyone sit with that one for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would do that. Yeah.
I'd let him practice with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If
Pevara,
you ever want
would
to come
you?
on the show and practice that with us, we'd be happy to give you some feedback.
Definitely. Agreed. So, I'm curious what chat is going to be start saying with these things. I love Rajesh here, by the way. Lan loves us, or he may have a restraining order on us.
No.
No, these are all, taken from book context that may not have necessarily been clear on his first read of the book. So as we are all extreme experts in the Wheel of Time, we're just trying to, advance him, push him to the level of intimate, deep understanding of this character
Very
that
true.
we have. Yeah.
Okay, Shelley, the next piece of advice for Daniel.
Well, I think let's be respectful, Mr. Henny. He let dreamwalkers such as myself into his dreams to protect him, to make sure he's safe from the Forsaken.
Hope you took note of that. The next piece of advice, Daniel, Mr. Henny. Lan would treat his word like an oath and never break it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I feel like mine aren't as exciting as others. So, Pevara, did you have a Lan instruction?
Yeah, Lan would let Aiel rub him in oil and scrape him to ensure he is clean and moisturized.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
Very
what we
important.
do.
It's important.
It's the sweat tent,
Yeah.
Hygiene is important.
right?
Hygiene is very important.
Yeah,
This is true.
and speaking of that, of Aiel in general, Lan would never wait to get dressed before rushing out of his tent during a surprise nighttime shadow spawn raid.
I mean, that's canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. So,
Yeah.
nice little roll on there, Mel. I'm very impressed. Bain&Chiad.
So Lan would need to emerge from a body of water dripping wet in order to steel himself against future incidents of being thrown in by an Aes Sedai.
Yep. I feel like there's a theme to some of the suggestions by everyone else on the show tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
We really want him to be in character. Like, we want him to nail this character. I want to nail the. Wait. Said that wrong.
Shelley, do you have a suggestion for Mr. Henny?
Did you, though?
You can use this language in any way you want, Shelley. It's fine.
Yeah, it's, this language is what you need it to be.
Yeah, we understood what you meant. We
Put
understood
words in any order.
Exactly.
what you meant.
Well, I mean, I also, Mr. Henny, think that Lan would let a wise one brush his hair properly and make sure his Hidori is properly fashioned so that it doesn't come loose in battle.
How very thoughtful of you, Shelley.
I am a giver.
You are. Yes, that was actually said in chat. Where is it? Yep, Jessica, Shelley is such a giver. So,
See, Jessica gets me.
Very generous.
I love it.
Yeah.
Doing. What is going on? And then
Talking
Skeeterish
about
in slow motion. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay. My next piece of advice to help you nail your character, Mr. Henny. Lan would reduce a friend's stress after battle by making quips about their situation. So.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Some of the warrior societies do that, I guess.
Sure.
I just hear everyone going, lame, Rob, lame.
Good one.
All right, Pevara, bring it back then.
Yeah. So Lan would practice his hand-to-hand skills, so he knows where all the right trigger points are.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
I think you should pay attention to that one, Mr. Henny.
Yes. This is true. So, all right, Mel. This is a two-parter, Mel, because you gave lots here.
Well, yeah, Lan, I mean, speaking of trigger points, Lan would practice a form of massage based off Korean Jiap massage, which aims to reduce tension and stress in the muscles. And his massages would incorporate the Jimjibang steam room or saunas, which is a place to sweat and purify. And then he would use hot compresses and a body scrub of every layer of dead skin. And this is especially fitting for Lan because Jiap is a full-bodied, deep, penetrating massage. Yeah.
Wait. Did I just hear a word?
No, you didn't. You didn't hear a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But funny story, the wise ones do teach people how to do this. It's very hands-on training.
Yeah. And so do Shido. Maidens.
I feel like Red Sisters also offer this service. But Bain&Chiad, what is your final piece of advice?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think Lan would definitely join the sweat tent with Wise One Shelly in order to reflect on the history of the Aiel War and the character of Aiel in a relaxed environment.
Yeah.
That does sound like a very relaxed environment.
We would have great discussions.
Yeah.
This is true. Okay. And what other things might you discuss with Mr. Henny?
Well, we do need to talk to him because we don't love that he uses a sword. But if he must use a sword, we know he'd keep it clean. Properly sheath it, keep it well oiled. All those things you do with a sword. I don't know I don't know. I just hear from secondhand from Wetlanders.
Yeah.
That you need to use your a lot to make sure it doesn't rust and, so.
A rusty sword is it's useless. It's no good to anybody. It's no good for for stabbing, and it's no good for just anything. It's terrible. So yeah, it's good advice from you, Shelly. There. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. You said rusty, right? Not crusty.
Yeah, rusty.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's crusty, I suggest seeing a yellow Aja or a wise one.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Good to know. For a sword?
Yeah. they can heal a lot of things.
Yeah, this is such a great, thorough discussion. So, all right, my last piece of advice for Mr. Henny. Mr. Henny, Lan would never treat an animal in his care with any less respect than he would his brothers and sisters in arms.
Oh. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. Yeah.
So,
Nice.
and Pevara, bring it home for us.
Well, finally, Lan would study very, very hard to be sure he knew exactly where to find North Harbor.
That does seem like something he would do.
Yeah.
Sense of direction, very important for warders.
Definitely.
This is true. It's
He'd
very
probably
important.
have to get to know the whole island of Tarvalin first, and then make sure he could find North Harbor quickly and knew the best route.
And even in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By feel, won't always be able to see it.
Yeah, you just need to instinctually know where it is so that you can just get there when you need to get there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed all of this advice that we have for you, Daniel Henny, and incorporate some of these characterizations into the next season of the Wheel of Time.
If you're practicing, feel free to videotape or come on the show. We will happily give you some critique and some feedback on the character.
Mm-hmm. And thank you.
Bring it home, Pevara.
That was... I clearly missed the assignment with that suggestion list, didn't I?
You did good. You did really good.
I did really good, yeah.
I hope you come up with more suggestions like that in the future.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. What have I missed? This seems like another therapist session with the usual dose of innuendo.
Well, I mean, Shelly is a therapist, so under the therapist would be fine, I think.
Yep, and us.
I would definitely take him under my care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd. I think all my co-hosts would die a little bit first before we could actually have Daniel on the show.
Yeah, we would need like a week's prep.
Yeah. We'd have to have like a pre-meeting first, just so they could meet him and be like. And
you would do the same thing. What are you implying? That we're the ones who would be like, and you would be like, Mr. Hidori, like, oh yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
I am cool.
Fine.
No.
If you need another set of hands for that, I'm willing.
There we go.
Pevara, you're so generous.
That is
Thanks, Pevara.
Appreciate that.
I like that you dibs that. Respect.
Yeah. Everyone else is like, damn, I wish I thought of that. So,
but you guys should. If we missed any advice that we should give Mr. Henny, put it in the comments.
Yes, I would love to see your advice in the comments below. This is I think this is the first time we've offered advice to a cast member, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rest of you, if you're curious and you want some advice on your characters, Uno, we could definitely do this for you. Guy Roberts, you can just let me know, and we'll sort out a characterization session for you. And we'll get some advice. So yeah. And Arsit, you are right. Yes, Malkier Talks is the place for him to be. He needs to come here. Pevara, you can teach him in the old time. Coach him in the old time, sorry. And you're right. Everyone, yes, I would need a fan. Yes, I would. This is true. I'm playing it cool, but yeah, I would.
I would need more than a moment.
I mean, I kind of had a half moment because I literally walked like 2 feet past the guy, sort of thing. So I've been in his presence. So I have like a half. I genuinely was walking down the blue carpet with Kayla. And I was like, "That's Daniel Haney. Daniel Haney's literally right behind us. Like literally right behind us right now." And she was like, "What? Where?" She looked over, and he was like literally 2 feet away, being interviewed by somebody. And I was like, "Yeah, crazy." So I kind of started that, like I'm on halfway on that journey. So yeah, half a moment for me, full moment for everybody else. So. All right, I think it might be time to wrap it up.
I think that's it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Any parting words for us, Pevara?
It was really lovely for you all to have me. Ninte klichne no domashita, Amalan. It means you're welcome, warms me, friends.
Aww.
I had a really great time. It went by wicked fast.
It does go by really fast, yeah. This is true. Especially when we just start giggling away and just, having fun. So, all right, ladies, anything else you want to add, or shall we just finish it up?
Just the trans community. Our trans lifeline. If you didn't think to donate in the super chat tonight, please feel free to donate to them directly to support for Pride Month. We think they're a really great charity, so open your hearts to them because stuff is rough for trans people in certain places right now. So let's make sure they have the support they need. And we see you if you're out there.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah, the link to them is in the description of the show. If you can't find it, you can just pop down there and click on it and it will take you directly there. So they've loved seeing you on the show, Pevara. So, and folks, Malkier Talks is the only place you can find Pevara as a guest, because apparently I'm the only one that recognizes. Not I'm, but this channel. Before the show, it was just me. Now we're all just like, we need Pevara on. So yeah, we love her. So you've been on my Aja panel with. I don't know if we'll ever manage to get that sorted, because there's like 12 people's schedules we're trying to line up now, and it's just wild. But yeah, and you've been on the podcast where we talked about the old time songs and that, and now you've been on Three Fold Talk. So it's been amazing. So thank you for joining the channel again.
Thank you for having me.
Mel, Shelly, thank you for the cleverly constructed comments. The innuendos, they were very impressive. And Bain&Chiad, thank you for just being you. So, and trying to have someone else, I can be like, oh my god, just constant innuendos, you know. Someone else, I can be like, you keep the show running for a second. Or
I did write my 3, so I can do it.
Yes,
when I want to.
Yeah.
You can do it, guys.
Now, okay, before we go, we need to find. So we have meluendos, we have shelluendos. What is an innuendo from Bain&Chiad? Oof.
Chat. We might need your help on that.
Yeah.
Bountiful crescendos.
It's a mouthful.
Oh, thank you, Sherbet Mango. Appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Yeah, we need chat. You need to. I mean, if you want to go through it in the Threefold Talk channel in the Discord server, you can join that if you're not already in there. There is a channel for Threefold Talk, and yeah, it gets a little thirsty sometimes. I feel like it might be thirsty now. Goyuendo. Oh, okay, nice. Majuendo?
Oh, Majuendo. Yeah, that works.
Majuendo, yeah. So,
Maiden.
Oh, okay, Rajesh says it has to be B and C format. Okay.
That's what I suggested. What I suggested.
In innuendo?
These are good.
Yeah, this is fun. This is fun.
When in doubt, ask the chat.
Yeah, when in doubt, ask chat. Okay, folks. It's been a blast. Pevara, thank you once again. And until next time, everybody, may you always find water and shade. Bye.
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 You didn't answer me.
What was the question?
So I decided we would do a fake out ending. So,
well, we're in it now.
Are we faking? Is it like this?
Fake ending.
Oh no!